What's up and welcome back to Akane-banashi episode 11. I'm so excited for this because last time we had the Jugemu story, which was incredible. It was an amazing episode, probably one of the best of the show. And today, since she's won the tournament, she's gonna have this conversation with Issho, and I cannot wait. I'm so curious how this is gonna go because this sets up whatever the rest of the show is. I imagine, you know, like this. It feels like the first concept. I mean, the whole concept is like getting revenge on him, right? But like this could change it up to like maybe this is good. We're gonna continue to get revenge on him. Maybe he says something that she's like, huh, that makes sense. I gotta do a certain thing about that. Like, I don't know what could happen here, but I'm really excited. So let's jump into it. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And you know, I'm a small channel, and this is a pretty niche series, so make sure to support it as best you can. And go to my Patreon account if you want to support me more. You can get full-length reactions, early access, exclusive videos. Check out my Naruto reactions, all that stuff. But let's jump into this Akane-banashi episode 11. 11th story, answer.
例の波紋騒動について一生師匠はこの6年一切答えてなかったのに。
Oh, look at that smile. Oh shit.
可能であれば彼女と2人にしてもらえます。
No media for this. Well, that alone is a good story. She asked that question and then he asked them to leave. There'd be so much speculation there.
シグマに聞いてこいと言われたか?
Oh.
私の夫は荒川慎太。
Mm-hmm.
あんたが破門宣告した落語家だ。
そうか。
Ooh.
君はあの場にいたのか?
She was.
君はその講座を見てどう思った?
She loved it, I think.
枕はちょっと硬かった。
Hmm.
でもそれは仕方ないっていう。
I mean, but he got expelled.
人生がかかってる講座だし。
Like, that's a huge thing.
お客さんもそう。それがあの歓声につながったわけで。
Aww.
国を応援されるのが真打ちの芸か?
It's part of it, I think.
硬さを蹴取られ、応援が芸に先立つのは未熟さの。
Jeez, what a cool line though, even if I don't agree with
芸
him.
を極めた落語家の最高位。その地位がふさわしいと思うか?
I still think so. Oh my god, dude, you're listening in?
憂えているんだよ。
And I mean, you expelled them.
していたのは過去の話。一つの芸能に客を引き込む労力は今までと比べ物にならない。
That's true.
圧倒的なパフォーマンスにこそ客は感動、興奮し、
But is expelling them the way to get that?
自分の芸すら信じられないものが登れる頂ではない。
Aww.
落語を弱くする者は荒川にはいらん。
Jeez, man.
そういう理由だったのか。
Oh, you got a scoop.
厳しい。第一人者としての矜持か。とはいえ、やっぱり恐ろしい人だ。
He is very scary.
文化、まさに芸に生きる修羅。
Jeez, man.
よかった。
Oh?
あなたは考えが。そんなくだらない理由じゃなくて。
That you had a reason for it?
でも
Hmm.
一番良かったのは、それでも私は夫の芸を信じてる。
Aww.
あなたが切り捨てた芸で。ありがとうございました。
Aww.
失礼します。
You're so cool, Akane.
私もよかったよ。
Ah, he liked that
それ
conversation.
こそ私の望むところだ。
He's a cool villain, man. He's a cool, like, antagonist to this story. Yeah, you were even. I was wondering where this girl was. You should have been stopping him. Sorry, Hikaru.
あらゆる面で彼女の上に行く。
Can you be friends with her,
それが
please?
私が主役になるための最低条件。
もしかして負けん気が強いタイプ。いいじゃない。
It's weird hearing Sanji's voice talking to her and not simping.
少し時間あるかな。
どういうつもりですか？立ち聞きなんて。
すみません。
あの嬢ちゃんのことなんで黙ってた？お前なら誰の弟子かくらい見抜けるだろ
その方が楽しんでいただ
未だ幻を追うか。
This music is cool as fuck.
器に足る資質かな。
Oh, hell yeah, she is.
一生さんと何を話したのかはさすがに聞けないけど。
I think she just looks focused
か
to
なり
me.
きついことを言われたんでしょ
Doesn't look
う。あ
defeated.
んなに会場を沸かせたのに。師匠さんの家に報告に行くのはわかるんですが、なんで私も。
どうしても会い
Oh,
たい。
really? That's nice.
仕事だってさ、
Oh.
もう少ししたら帰ってくるんじゃない？
Alright, let's hang out then.
どなたですか。
荒川マイケル兄さんです。
Maikeru.
学ない。まずやることがあるでしょって言ってんの。
Okay.
やること。
乾杯！
Kanpai!
カラクハイ、お疲れ様。10ゲームで優勝しろってなんだい。しかも審査員
Yeah,
は
it is.
一生師匠に一見師匠までいたって言うじゃない。
It's a huge win.
そういうこと。
ちょっと、ペアちゃん。言い方ひどくないさあ、小熊、熊、ペアちゃん。
Makes sense.
かわいいっしょでも呼びづらくない普通に呼んでください。
お邪魔じゃん。
いや、そんな。
Oh.
これは。
Oh
お
my
呼び立
god.
てしたのにお邪魔だなんてとんでもない。素敵な女性。
I don't know, dude. You're a little weird.
幸せです。しくあるべきだろ。ね
Oh.
え。浮かない
Oh,
顔だ
I
な。
thought this was gonna be the sensei.
教授兄さん。
優勝できたんだってな。おめでとう。
Or the master, I should say.
ほら。
Whoa.
海の大将も喜んでたぞ。
Oh, that's nice.
何
I
があ
love
ったかは
Miku.
知らん。今ぐらいは悩みの種を忘れてみてもいいんじゃないか。
Oh,
兄さん。
that's really nice. Oh, he's out.
俺教授兄さんと言ったらオレンジのお酒だろ。
お酒飲めないんすよ。
カッポレだ。みんなで。
So, yeah, wow. One sip of his fucking of alcohol. Yeah, play the shamisen. I love shamisen. Shamisen. There he is. The big man himself.
なんだこの低たらくは。
We're celebrating.
戻るなら本気で。
当然でしょう。
It's really good.
アーカネルは楽器や踊りは？
アカネル。
Akaneru.
いや、何も。
全力で踊るぞ、あかね。
How cute, man. What a cute group. I love the shamisen.
おきの
It's like the OP. Oh my god.
やっぱり落語家は厳しい世界。
Yeah, even their dancing is is supposed to be perfect. Very cute. That image looks weird.
優勝で鮮烈デビューか。さすがに立ち聞きした話を記事にするわけにはいかないよ
Hmm.
な。
That's what I was wondering.
だけど、外野なりにせいぜい盛り上げさせてもらうよ。
That like drone that was in that scene, I was trying to figure out if that was in real life.
酔いすぎ。
ですね。
We're gonna get a one-on-one congratulations from your master. You have to be proud.
師匠。
あかね、ここに座りなさい。
Okay.
少し話そうか。
Oh.
今日は夫の刃物の理由を。
いや、
Did you
だ
suspect?
があの男は昔から頑固で自分勝手で傍若無
Yeah,
人
all he
で、
cares about is the art.
それでいて破門後に他の一門に弟子入りを許され、落語家を続けている者もいなくはない。まあ、本
Yeah.
来あるまじきこと、別の一門に入り直し真打ちになった者もいる。
Hmm.
よその一問でも何でもいいから落語家を続けてほしかったって弟子入り修行前の私なら言ってたと。
But now you get it. You understand.
でも今は
This is the family.
少しわかるなって今聞けてよかったです。これからもご指導ご鞭達のほど
Aw.
よろしくお
I
願い
look
しま
forward
す。
to it as well. A whole series of this.
いいですね。望むところですよ。
So cute, man. Ah, so great. Also, I'm gonna watch this extra scene at the end.
Akane-banashi.
What the fuck? They got people in the background now.
マイケル兄さん、三味線弾けるんですね。私も習った方がいい
Yeah,
で
the
すよ
shamisen.
ね。
ことで自分の芸の幅がいろいろと広がるでしょ。
Mhm.
落語に歌の師匠が出てくるから歌えないとやれないよね。
Yeah, we saw that in episode 2 or whatever.
兄さんの講座で。
Yeah.
そっか。よし、絶対全部身につけてや
Focus on Rakugo for now.
のとっておきの芸を見せてあげよう。It's showtime!
Oh my god.
る。落語家やめてもやっていけそう。
Okay, great episode. I decided to watch the Akane small talk at the end this time, which I haven't done in these reactions so far. Because, you know, sometimes those clips at the end of episodes, like even if they're those little animated clips or whatever, they give you like little hints on what's to come in the show or little spoilers or whatever. And so like I try to avoid anything that's going to give me a preview of anything upcoming. I always skip every preview, every next time on, everything that could possibly give me like little spoilers. I try to also avoid watching trailers a lot of the time and stuff like that. But people told me that, you know, that they're just like fun little extra clips. And I was like, I still wasn't planning to watch them in reactions necessarily, but I did the other day just go, you know what, I'm just gonna go through every single little clip at the end there and see what they're like. And so I went to the previous episodes and watched every single one, and they're all really fun. They just give you like little bits of extra information. So yeah, I decided to start doing that. And it's great. It's really fun to see those little bits of and sometimes there's like funny jokes in there that are really entertaining and help with the characterization. Anyway, what a great episode. This is such a good show and like such a good setup for more of a show, I feel like, where it's like this did give us like a big answer of what we wanted, and it also gives us motivation to keep going, you know. And Issho is such a cool character. He's like an asshole, and I still don't agree with him, and like neither does Akane. She was like, I'm glad to hear your reasoning for it. I'm glad to hear you're a smart man who wasn't just doing this for ego. Like you had a legitimate reason for all of this. However, so because of that, I know that I can prove you wrong. Like now I'm going to step into this challenge and do it comfortably. Because if he was just like a purely an egotistical man who had no reason behind it other than to just swing his dick around, then it doesn't matter what she does. Like her being in the Rakugo world, she would never be able to get to him and never be able to like prove anything to him, because she would know like he's an asshole who's not going to take anyone's advice or anyone's thoughts into consideration at all. But if Akane becomes a good enough Rakugoka to be able to prove through her art that her father's art was worthy, then like if she does it well enough, he will get convinced, because he is honest about Rakugo, even according to his biggest critics, you know. So that's great. It's like the show acknowledging pretty early on, like he's not just gonna be spiteful and dismiss her, you know, either because she's a woman or because she's young or because she's her father's daughter, you know, or because of who the master is. Like it's like he's not going to dismiss that skill at any point. I mean, I think he didn't want to give her the Karako Cup win because he was pissed off that she was even performing in this in this tournament, you know. So like he was angry about it, and yet he still gave it the win because yeah, you're better than all of these people at Rakugo. So that was really good. I liked this episode a lot. I really enjoy his character. I think it's an interesting antagonist to the series. And it's just, this season has been very satisfying. Like, this is episode 11. I don't know if there's 12 or 13 episodes, but like the point is we're towards the end. I could just check right now, I think. Akane-banashi, let me check. Akane-banashi, there's 12 episodes. So next episode is the final episode of the season. I'm really sad that we're not gonna have Akane-banashi weekly anymore. However, like these episodes were very satisfying. This gave me a satisfying full season of the show. Like I feel very comfortable in what it's provided me with. I can't wait for season 2. There has to be a season 2, please. I feel like I haven't seen crazy amounts of buzz about this show, but I've seen enough that I reckon it would constitute having a season 2. It's not like this show has been one of the most popular shows out there, but I think there's enough popularity there. And I mean, I feel like this would do well in Japan, but I don't know that for sure. But yeah, it's great. I liked this episode that we just got to have like a little party with the Arakawa grouping. And Kyoji was like incredibly nice. I loved what Kyoji said to her, just like, hey, what you're holding on to, like, you did a great thing today. Do you think maybe you could, like, whatever you're holding on to, you could put it to the side just for today, just for now, so you can enjoy this moment? Like, it is all very sweet, and we met Maikeru. I can't remember if we've met Maikeru before, or if like it's kind of hard for me to remember. Some of these characters I struggle a little bit to remember. But regardless, he's a little weird, but he's cool. I liked that they did shamisen stuff. Although here's the thing, I actually like I've discovered in recent years that I'm a huge fan of the shamisen as an instrument, right? And I discovered it through One Piece. I discovered that I was a huge fan of it through One Piece, right? Because One Piece, when we got to the Wano arc of One Piece, and like the Wano in One Piece, by the way, I'm wearing a One Piece jumper right now, is like based on Japan, basically. It's where all the traditional Japanese stuff comes into play in One Piece, right? And so because of that, the soundtrack becomes heavily shamisen-like, it has a lot of shamisen in it, and like the main theme of the arc is like a shamisen song, and like there's a major character in it that plays the shamisen and plays it in this really upbeat way that's like a song that it's like this really upbeat fun song that like I remember hearing it and I just got blown away by it. And every time that song started in the arc, and it's a long arc, it's like 200 episodes or something. Every time that song started in the arc, I just got so giddy and like sat up in my chair, and it was just the best. So because of that, I fell in love with the shamisen. And I was like, man, this instrument's fucking awesome. And then I've been watching Naruto, and Naruto heavily uses shamisen in its soundtrack, and holy shit, it's so good in the Naruto soundtrack. It's so fucking good. So like, I'm a huge fan of the shamisen, but like the thing is, what I realized was that like the reason I wasn't like, it took me so long, because I'd heard the shamisen a lot before. The reason it took so long for me to realize I was a fan of it is because I often heard it used in traditional ways, like the way that we hear it in this episode, where it's like quite slowly used, and the singing is like like that for the whole song, right? I don't like that style of music. That style of music doesn't do anything for me. And so I always thought I didn't like the shamisen because I often heard it paired up with like more traditional music like that. And so I thought I just didn't like how it sounded at all. But turns out when you like sort of pair it with like a more modern sounding track, it's a fucking incredible instrument that I really love. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not incredible, otherwise I'm not like, it's just my taste. I just don't like the sound of that sort of more traditional music. But yeah, it's so great in these more like upbeat soundtracks and stuff. So so now I just get excited whenever I see a shamisen. But yeah, and like to find out that Shinta could have continued, like he could have kept going if he wanted to, but he decided to call it quits there because like this was the family that he had, and like if he's expelled from that family, he doesn't want to just like join a new one. So it's like he'd rather be in a different world than to be in the same world of Rakugo and not be with his Rakugo family. Which is very sad, but like very interesting, and I liked seeing how Akane reacted to that. Yeah, I mean, Issho's like, I understand what Issho is saying, or at least I think I do. I think I understand a lot of what he's talking about with Rakugo, but it's like I'm such a big believer of like you need to have belief in people, and you need to and like if you're like looking at Shinta and being like, oh, because of this performance that like everyone loved but wasn't what I consider to be like true Rakugo, because they were basically pitying you from the start because they cared about you, they didn't care about the art. Like if that's his perspective and his response to that is, so therefore, even though you're not my student, you're Shikama's student, like therefore I will expel you, so you cannot be a Rakugoka, at least not in my sight, you know, so that you're shamed out of the profession. If that's your response to it, like I feel like you are, what you're doing in my eyes is you're not really training people up. You're like finding people with a really solid base and then like polishing it, you know, which is great. But like, I feel like he basically was like, Shinta will never be there. Shinta will never be able to do the kind of Rakugo that I want from him. And like, again, it's not even his student, you know, it's his student's student, right? So it's like, I feel like he didn't have the right to do that anyway, which also I think I've heard is like, that's the one thing in the show that's not accurate, is that they made a bit of a contrivance at the start to kick off the story of like someone expelling someone who's not his student. Like that's in the Rakugo world, that's unheard of. That wouldn't happen, apparently, is from what I've read. But other than that, you know, apparently the show is extremely accurate to a lot of Rakugo stuff. But yeah, like, it's, you know, it's not his student. Like, that's the point where I'm like, look, you are very honest about Rakugo. I do think you're doing this from an honest position. I don't think you're purely doing this because of ego, but I do think your ego is playing into how harshly you punished it. And that is where I draw a line with you. That is where I stop, like, my respect hits a wall for you. I respect that you are a really powerful and incredible Rakugoka, and that you care a lot about the art. My respect stops right there because you took it too far. You took it several steps too far at that point, and it makes me respect your art less because it feels like you gave up on someone to me. You know, it feels like you threw him to the wayside. When instead, what you could have done is taken him back in and tried to foster it more into the art that you know, like, you don't need to promote him to Shinoichi or whatever, right? Like, he doesn't need to be a Shinoichi yet, but foster that talent and tell him why, and say like, hey, I'm not letting you become a Shinoichi right now, and here's why, because that wasn't a performance that truly, you know, impress them with your art. That was a performance that impressed them because you made yourself the underdog in that situation. But yeah, really interesting stuff. Oh, great episode. Next week, we have the season finale. I can't wait. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.